Hi, in this demonstration I'm going to show you a booking application that was built using Microsoft's Power Platform. The application's a Canvas app, well a couple of Canvas apps, one for managing and one for making bookings as an end user. I'm going to start off by showing you the booking manager because this is where we define the spaces that we can book. So this could be desks or workspaces. We also define in there hierarchy around where those desks or workspaces, what areas they're in, and then ultimately what buildings they're in. So I'm just going to quickly run through that hierarchy, and then we can go in and log in as user. Like I said, the first thing we need to do is to build the hierarchy. So we start off by creating buildings. And to create a building, we just click on this plus button and we fill in a simple form that provides some information for it. So a building name and then some address details. I've got some that I've already created. So I'm going to click into A&S Manchester. And then below a building, we have spaces. And these could be like a sales area, it could be a finance department, it could be a marketing or even a room. So let's just have a quick look at this sales area. So to add a new one, again, we just use the plus button and then we fill some information out of that space. What I'm going to do is just edit the sales area one so we can have a look at that. Okay, so I have a space on here called the sales area. The space is enabled and we can see that it's on floor 2 and it has a capacity of 30. The capacity is automatically calculated as we add the desks and workspaces to the space. We also have a notes section. This notes section is used to provide further information to the user when they're making the booking, and these notes are put into the user's calendar. And then finally at the bottom here we have some options, and these are basically the booking options that are available to the user. So we can see here we've got a morning session, an afternoon session and a full day session that the user is able to choose from. I'm just going to go in and show you one of these quickly. Let's just, again, to add a new one, we click on the plus button. I'm just going to go in and show you one of the already existing ones. And we're just going to edit that. And what this allows us to do is configure a name, so in this case it's afternoon, a start and end time for the session, and then the days that this is available on. We can also disable it as well if we don't want it to be visible to the users for some reason. We might want to pre-populate everything and only enable certain areas when we're ready to enable them. Okay. Okay, and then below the space or the area, we then have our spots, and these are our desks or our workstations. Again, to add one, we simply just click up here, we give it a name, and then it's automatically attached to the area that it's in. And that's what that's how we define our hierarchy. So once we've done that, it's then available for users to book into the application. So the first thing I'm going to show you is, I'm just going to open this iPhone. I'm going to go into the Power Apps application. I'm going to choose the booking app. It's the user one. And the first thing it's going to do is offer some terms of use. So the idea of this is that it ensures the users understands the terms that the rules that apply when they're coming into the office during this time. Once they agree to those rules, they're then submitted to a database. But I'm just going to quickly show you, these are configurable. So if I go back to the manager application and click the cog, what we can see here is our terms of use notice. These can be fully configured, we just update them, and then the next time the user comes on, we'll see a different set of terms and conditions. So just come back out of there. Okay. Just go back to the iPhone. So I'm going to say I've agreed and submit that. And this is recorded in a database. So we know the user has accepted the term and agreed to the rules. Okay, so the next thing that the user sees is this screen that says we don't have any bookings, so let's make a booking. Again, so I now can see the hierarchy that we created earlier. I can choose a building, Go back to ANS Manchester. We can choose the space. So sales is available, but the managed services wasn't enabled. And then we got our options. So I'm going to choose a full day, and I'm going to choose that for tomorrow. So if I just choose a desk and submit, okay. So that's now created me a booking. If I go and open the user's calendar, so let's just go and pick this. There we go. And we can see there that there's a booking for desk 5. 25th of the 6th, 8:30 till 5:30, so the full day. And again, those notes that we're able to apply are put into the booking. Okay, let's just add another booking. Okay, so let's choose another day. Let's say Friday. Actually, let's choose the weekend. So we know that option's not available. So there we go. So we've chosen the weekend. There's nothing available. We'll come back. Let's choose the Friday again. We can now see what desks are available on Friday. There's lots of availability. Choose a desk. Submit. And that now, any second, should appear in our calendar. There we go. So there we go. So we can see desk 7. Oops. I click on that. Look again, we can see our notes. Okay, so if I want to delete a booking, again, I can just go back to the application, click on the bin icon. Oops. Click on the bin icon. That'll go. That's removed it from my calendar as well. Okay, so that's as a user. What we've also got is we've got some admin functionality in the application as well. So as an admin, booking, access to the booking manager application. I can go in. I can see a list of bookings for a specific date. We can change the date. Let's have a look at the 25th. Okay. And I'm looking for a booking for John Smith, desk 7. No, sorry, at 26th. There we go. And as a manager or booking manager, I can now go in and I can delete that booking from the user. I'm just going to close the iPhone application as well. Let's just cancel that. Okay. So as a manager, if I go in and delete it, that's now come out. And what it's done is it's given me a notification onto the iPhone Power application. Have a look at that. I can see some details about that, and if I click on it and open it, it should now take us into the application, and we can see that that booking's now been cancelled. As a user, I can now remove that from my list if I want to. Okay, so that's bookings. The other functionality we've got in there as well is cleaning. So we can go and have a look in, and we can see for today, so it's going to be a list of today's cleaning. What we can see today is that in ANS Manchester, the sales area has 7 desks or spots that require cleaning at 12:30. If we look at those, we can see the list of those that needed to be cleaned at that time. Go back, and we can see a second set of desks that need to be cleaned at 5:30. Once these are cleaned, we can go in and mark these as being used, as cleaned. And they're ready to use again. So the other thing the application will do is, a quarter of an hour before the user's booking is due, it will go and check the status of the desks. and it will send a notification to the application to say your desk is sanitised and ready to use, or your desk is not sanitised, please do not use it. So that happens about 10 to 15 minutes before your booking is due. It will notify you to make sure that your desk is clean or not. Okay. We've got another feature in there, which is to trace users. So should a user become ill, we can go and look that user up. Let's go and pick, just looking for one. Let's try Leroy. Okay. And we pick the date. So let's say 25th. No, that's in the future. And what this is going to do, it's going to find all reservations for that user for the 14 days before the date selected. I can see that that user was now in and was sat on these particular desks on these dates and times. And what I can also then do is, if I click on that, I can see also the other people that were in the area at that particular time as well. So we're now aware that the user may have been in contact with these people. I can go and have another look at a different day. Let's see, and again, we can see there's a different list of people. Okay, and that's it. So hopefully you've enjoyed this video, and hopefully you'll be able to download and use this application. We will provide it on our GitHub account, and it'll be there for free. Okay, thank you.